Hey everyone, with Nintendo Switch 2 coming in next month, I wanted to share 30 games you absolutely must play before we move on to the next generation. These are the games that truly show what the Switch can do. Trust me, you don't want to miss these gems. Let's jump right in. Splatoon 3 is Nintendo's colorful shooter where you play as squid kids fighting turf wars with paint guns instead of bullets. The story follows Agent 3 as they investigate a fuzzy crisis threatening Splatsville, but the real fun is in multiplayer battles where two teams fight to cover the most ground with their team's ink. You can swim through your own ink to move faster and refill ammo, creating this awesome flow between shooting and swimming. The weapons range from paintbrushes to snipers, each feeling totally different. What makes it special is how friendly it feels. You're painting territory, not shooting people, so it's perfect for all ages while still being super competitive. Bayonetta 3 brings back the stylish witch for her wildest adventure yet, where she must stop interdimensional beings from destroying multiple realities. The story gets crazy with alternate versions of Bayonetta from different worlds, but don't worry about following every plot twist. It's all about the spectacle. Combat is all about timing dodges perfectly to slow down time, then unleashing massive combo attacks with guns, swords, and magic. The new Demon Masquerade system lets Bayonetta fuse with demons for powerful transformations, while summoning giant creatures to fight kaiju-sized bosses. It's pure over-the-top action where you're always pulling off moves that look impossible, making you feel like the coolest fighter alive. Tunic looks like a cute Zelda-style adventure, but it's actually a clever puzzle game disguised as an action RPG. You play as a small fox exploring a mysterious world, slowly uncovering the game's secrets through scattered instruction manual pages that teach you how to play. The genius is that the game doesn't tell you anything up front. You discover mechanics, story, and even the language through exploration. Combat is simple, but requires patience and timing, especially against tough bosses. The real magic happens when you start connecting clues from the manual pages to solve environmental puzzles and unlock secret areas. It's like finding a mysterious old game cartridge and figuring out how to play it from scratch. Grapple Dogs is pure joy in platformer form, starring Pablo the dog who swings through space levels using his grappling hook tongue. The story is simple. Pablo and friends are on a cosmic adventure to stop an evil plan, but it's told through charming cutscenes between the real star, the gameplay. Your grappling hook lets you swing from any surface, creating this amazing flow as you zip through levels collecting gems and finding secrets. The physics feel perfect, not too floaty, not too heavy, making every swing satisfying. Each world introduces new mechanics like bouncy surfaces or moving platforms, but the core grappling stays fun throughout. It's the kind of game that makes you smile every time you nail a perfect swing sequence. The Lost Crown brings Prince of Persia back as a Metroidvania where you play as Sargon, a warrior searching for the kidnapped Prince Ghassan in a cursed mountain. The story deals with loyalty, betrayal, and time manipulation without getting too complex. Combat mixes fast sword fighting with time powers. You can slow down enemies, create time echoes of yourself, or rewind attacks. The platforming is incredibly smooth with wall running, air dashes, and precise jumps that feel responsive. What sets it apart is the memory shard system that lets you take screenshots of interesting spots and pin them to your map, solving the classic Metroidvania problem of forgetting where to go. It's challenging but fair, with some of the best boss fights in recent memory. Vampire Survivors looks super simple, but becomes incredibly addictive once you understand its genius. You're a character automatically attacking waves of monsters while you focus on moving to avoid getting hit and picking up gems to level up. There's barely any story, just survive as long as possible against endless hordes. The hook is the progression system where every level up gives you weapon upgrades or new abilities, and weapons can evolve into more powerful forms when combined. Runs last 30 minutes max, but you'll keep saying just one more run for hours. It's perfect for handheld play during commutes or breaks. Despite the simple graphics, the satisfaction of watching your character become an unstoppable monster-destroying machine never gets old. Dave the Diver is the most relaxing adventure game you'll ever play, following Dave as he explores the mysterious Blue Hole Ocean by day and runs a sushi restaurant by night. The story unfolds slowly as you discover sea people, ancient mysteries, and environmental threats, but it never feels rushed or stressful. During the day, you dive to catch fish, explore underwater caves, and take photos of sea life. At night, you serve customers at the sushi bar using the fish you caught. The loop is incredibly satisfying. Every dive feels different thanks to randomly generated elements, and managing the restaurant adds a fun business sim layer. The pixel art is gorgeous, the music is chill, and the whole experience feels like a warm hug after a long day. No Man's Sky has become one of gaming's greatest comeback stories, now offering infinite space exploration with full multiplayer support. You start crashed on a random planet in a universe with 18 quintillion worlds to explore, following a cosmic mystery about the nature of reality itself. The story gets weird and philosophical, but you can ignore it to focus on base building, ship collecting, or just wandering beautiful alien landscapes. You can mine resources, build bases, pilot different spaceships, ride alien creatures, or team up with friends online. Every planet has unique plants, animals, and weather, so exploration never gets boring. The Switch version runs surprisingly well, and being able to explore infinite space in handheld mode feels magical. It's the ultimate chill-out game. Animal Well is a mysterious pixel art adventure that's impossible to fully explain without ruining its magic. You're a small blob exploring a dark underground world filled with strange animals and ancient machinery. There's no dialogue or obvious story. Everything is told through the environment and your interactions with the world. You solve puzzles using items like a frisbee, bubble maker, and slinky and creative ways the game never directly teaches you. The genius is in the layered design. You'll think you've seen everything, then discover the game has multiple hidden depths with secrets that took the community months to solve. It feels like exploring a digital archaeology site where every screen holds mysteries. The atmosphere is perfect, mixing cute animals with eerie exploration. Neva is an emotional journey about a young woman named Alba and her wolf companion Neva as they travel through a world slowly dying from corruption. The story is told almost entirely through visuals and music, following their relationship as Neva grows from a playful cub into a powerful adult wolf. Gameplay is simple platforming with light combat, but every moment feels meaningful. You'll jump, climb, and fight dark creatures while the world around you changes through seasons, showing nature's beauty and destruction. What makes it special is the bond between Alba and Neva. The wolf acts independently, sometimes helping in combat or solving puzzles in ways that feel natural. The hand-drawn art is breathtaking, and the soundtrack will make you cry. It's a short but unforgettable experience about love, loss, and letting go. Sonic Mania Plus is the 2D Sonic game fans waited decades for, bringing back everything that made the classic games perfect. You play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, racing through beautifully remixed classic zones, plus brand new levels that feel like they came straight from the 90s. The story is simple. Doctor Robotnik is up to his old tricks with the Chaos Emeralds, but it's really about pure speed and platforming joy. The controls are incredibly tight, letting you spin, dash, jump, and run at blazing speeds through loop-de-loops and corkscrews. Each character plays differently. Tails can fly, Knuckles can glide and punch through walls. The pixel art is gorgeous, the music is fantastic, and every level has multiple paths to discover. It's Sonic at his absolute best. Cat Quest 3 takes the adorable cat RPG series to the high seas, where you play as a Purivate, cat pirate exploring islands and dungeons in search of treasure. The story follows your quest to find the North Star while uncovering a deeper mystery about ancient magic, but it's told with so many cat puns, you'll either love them or groan constantly. Combat is real-time action where you swing swords, cast magic spells, and dodge enemy attacks by rolling around. You can customize your cat with different weapons and armor, plus magic spells that range from fireballs to healing. The world is full of islands to explore, each with quests, dungeons, and secrets. It's simple but charming, perfect for players who want a lighthearted adventure without complex systems. The co-op mode lets a friend join as a second cat pirate. Pokémon Legends. Arceus completely changes the Pokémon formula by taking you back to ancient Hisui, where people fear Pokémon and catching them is a brand new concept. You're a member of the Galaxy Expedition team, tasked with creating the region's first Pokédex by studying wild Pokémon behavior. Instead of random encounters, Pokémon roam freely in large open areas, and you can catch many of them by sneaking up and throwing Pokéballs without battling. The combat system uses turn order based on speed and move types, making battles more strategic. You'll complete research tasks like catch 10 Bidoof or see Pokemon use Tackle 5 times to fill out each species' Pokedex entry. The crafting system lets you make your own Pokeballs and items. Sea of Stars is a love letter to classic JRPGs like Chrono Trigger, following two Solstice warriors named Valere and Zale on their quest to stop an evil alchemist called the Fleshmancer. The story takes you across beautiful pixel art worlds as you gather a party of unique characters, each with their own motivations and backstories that slowly unfold. Combat uses timed button presses to boost attacks and reduce damage, making every battle engaging instead of just selecting menu options. You can combine character abilities for powerful combo attacks, and timing your blocks can completely negate enemy moves. The world has no random encounters. You see enemies and choose whether to fight. Puzzles involve manipulating light and shadow, swimming, climbing, and using each character's unique abilities. Animal Crossing New Horizons lets you escape to a deserted island where you build your own paradise from scratch with help from Tom Nook and friends. There's no real story to spoil. You're just living your best island life, decorating your home, catching bugs and fish, and making friends with adorable animal neighbors who move in and out over time. The game follows real time, so events happen based on your actual calendar and clock. You can terraform your island, place furniture anywhere outside, design custom clothes and patterns, and visit friends' islands online. The core loop involves gathering materials, crafting items, earning bells, money, and slowly expanding your home and island. Seasonal events keep things fresh throughout the year. It's incredibly relaxing and perfect for playing a little bit every day. Blasphemous 2 is a dark, religious-themed Metroidvania where you play as the penitent one, exploring a twisted world full of gothic horror and Catholic imagery. The story involves stopping a prophetic child called the Miracle from awakening, but the real narrative comes through environmental storytelling and creepy lore scattered throughout the world. Combat feels weighty and deliberate. You have a big sword that requires timing and positioning to use effectively against challenging enemies and bosses. You'll gain new abilities that open up previously inaccessible areas like classic Metroidvania progression. The art style is incredible pixel art that brings the disturbing religious imagery to life in beautiful detail. Prayer beads act as upgrades. Rosary beads provide passive abilities, and weapons can be upgraded. It's challenging but fair, with some of the most memorable boss designs you'll ever see. Divinity: Original Sin 2 is one of the best RPGs ever made, offering incredible freedom in how you approach every situation through creative use of magic, combat, and dialogue. You start as a prisoner with mysterious powers, but can choose from several origin characters with their own personal quests that weave into the main story about becoming a god. The turn-based combat lets you combine elements in amazing ways. Cast a rain spell, then use lightning to shock everyone, or use teleportation magic to drop enemies into lava. Every surface can be manipulated. Oil burns, water conducts electricity, poison explodes. You can talk to animals, ghosts, and even some objects. The game supports up to 4 players in co-op, and every player can make different choices in conversations, sometimes leading to hilarious conflicts. Trails to Azure concludes the Crossbell duology with one of the most emotionally satisfying JRPGs ever made, following Lloyd Bannings and the special support section as they fight to protect their city-state from political manipulation and supernatural threats. The story builds on Trails from Zero, dealing with corruption, friendship, and sacrifice in incredibly mature ways that will make you genuinely care about every character. Combat is tactical turn-based on a grid, where positioning matters as much as your abilities. You can delay enemy turns, set up combination attacks, and use the environment strategically. The game features one of the best soundtracks in gaming and writing that treats serious topics with respect. Character development happens through main story and optional bonding events that flesh out relationships.
任せておけ。行くぞ。
Axiom Verge is a sci-fi Metroidvania where you play as scientist Trace, who wakes up in an alien world after a lab accident and must uncover the truth about this strange biomechanical realm. The story explores themes of identity, consciousness, and what it means to be human as you discover your connection to this world and its mysterious inhabitants. Your main weapon is a multi-tool that can not only shoot enemies, but also glitch them, turning hostile creatures into helpful allies or revealing hidden passages. You'll gain classic Metroidvania abilities like double jump and wall climbing, but also unique powers like phasing through certain walls and manipulating the environment with your glitch gun. The pixel art perfectly captures that retro sci-fi horror atmosphere, and the soundtrack creates an eerie mood throughout. Octopath Traveler brings classic JRPG storytelling into the modern era, with its unique HD 2D art style that makes 16-bit sprites look absolutely gorgeous. You choose one of 8 travelers, each with their own complete story. A scholar seeking forbidden knowledge, a merchant hunting her parents' killer, a thief with a mysterious past, and more. What makes it special is how these individual tales slowly connect in meaningful ways. The turn-based combat uses a boost system where you save up points to power up attacks, and a break system where hitting enemy weaknesses can stun them for massive damage. Each character has unique field abilities. The merchant can buy rare items from NPCs, the thief can steal, the scholar can learn enemy weaknesses. The job system lets you mix and match abilities between characters for tons of customization.
What next? Night Rift, prepare! Not bad. A passing grade.
Link's Awakening is a charming remake of the Game Boy Classic where Link washes up on mysterious Koholint Island and must collect 8 instruments to wake the Windfish and escape. The story has a dreamlike quality that gets more mysterious as you progress, with quirky characters and surreal moments that make you question what's real. The gameplay is classic top-down Zelda with dungeons full of puzzles, enemies to fight with your sword and various items, and secrets hidden everywhere. What makes this special is the toy-like art style that brings the world to life like a living diorama. You'll push blocks, throw pots, and use items like the rock's feather to jump over gaps. The dungeon design is fantastic, with clever puzzles that make you think outside the box. It's a perfect bite-sized Zelda adventure that captures all the magic of the series in a beautiful package. Xenoblade Chronicles tells the epic story of Shulk, who sets out for revenge after his home is attacked by mechanical invaders, wielding the mysterious Monado sword that seems to have a will of its own. The story spans massive environments and deals with themes of fate, free will, and what it means to be alive, building to revelations that will completely change how you see everything. The combat is real-time but tactical. You control one character while the AI handles your party, using special arts that have cooldown timers. Positioning matters as you can attack from behind or the side for extra damage. The world is absolutely massive with creatures ranging from tiny to kaiju-sized, and exploration is rewarded with experience, items, and breathtaking views. Side quests flesh out the world and characters while the affinity system builds relationships between party members, unlocking new abilities and story moments. Death's Door puts you in the role of a small crow who works as a reaper, collecting souls for the afterlife bureaucracy. But when your assigned soul gets stolen, you must venture into a forbidden realm to get it back. The story starts simple but evolves into a touching tale about life, death, and letting go, with memorable characters who each have their own relationship with mortality. Combat is tight and responsive. You have a sword for close combat, a bow for ranged attacks, and magic spells you unlock as you progress. Boss fights are challenging but fair, requiring you to learn patterns and time your dodges perfectly. The world is interconnected like a Metroidvania, with new abilities opening up previously inaccessible areas filled with secrets and upgrades. The art style is gorgeous with a muted color palette that perfectly matches the game's themes. Super Mario Maker 2 gives you the tools to create and play an endless supply of Mario levels, featuring assets from multiple Mario games, including the brand new Super Mario 3D World style. The story mode offers over 100 Nintendo-designed levels that teach you creative uses for every tool while following a simple plot about rebuilding Princess Peach's castle. The level editor is incredibly deep yet intuitive. You can place blocks, enemies, power-ups, and interactive elements anywhere, then test your creation instantly. What makes it special is the online community where millions of players share their creations, from puzzle levels that make you think to ultra-hard challenges that test your skills to artistic levels that tell stories without words. You can search for levels by difficulty, tag, or creator, and the algorithm suggests levels based on what you like. Dragon Quest XI follows the Luminary, a young man who discovers he's the reincarnation of a legendary hero, but the world believes he's actually a harbinger of evil known as the Darkspawn. The story is a classic tale of good versus evil with wonderful characters, emotional moments, and a plot that takes some genuinely surprising turns while honoring the series' traditions. Combat is turn-based with a modern twist. You can move around during battles for better positioning, and the pep system lets charged up characters perform powerful combination attacks. Each character has unique abilities and can be customized through skill trees that let you focus on different play styles. The world is gorgeous with diverse environments to explore, from tropical islands to snowy mountains, all filled with monsters to fight, treasure to find, and NPCs with their own little stories.
Fight and fight some more!
Three Houses puts you in the role of a mercenary turned professor at a military academy where you must choose one of three houses to lead, each representing a different nation with its own students and ideals. The story begins as a school drama but evolves into a complex tale of war, politics, and moral choices that change dramatically based on which house you choose, with former students potentially becoming enemies in later chapters. Combat is tactical turn-based on grid maps where positioning is everything. You move your units, attack enemies, and use the terrain for advantages like higher ground or defensive cover. Between battles, you teach your students, build relationships through conversations and activities, and watch them grow both as warriors and people. The support system creates deep bonds between characters that unlock new abilities and story scenes. Shredder's Revenge brings back the classic beat-em-up formula with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting through New York City to stop Shredder and Krang's latest evil scheme. The story is simple but perfectly captures the 80s cartoon vibe with great voice acting from the original cast and references that will make longtime fans smile. Combat is all about chaining together punches, kicks, and special moves as you fight through waves of Foot Clan soldiers and classic bosses like Bebop and Rocksteady. Each turtle plays differently. Leonardo is balanced, Donatello has reach, Raphael hits hard, and Michelangelo is fast. You can play solo or with up to 6 players online or locally, and the chaos of multiplayer battles feels just like the arcade classics. The pixel art is gorgeous with smooth animations, and every level is packed with references to the cartoon, comics, and classic games.
I gotta focus.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the ultimate kart racing game, featuring 48 tracks and 42 characters with all DLC included, plus the return of a proper battle mode with dedicated arenas. There's no story mode. It's all about racing on imaginative tracks that defy gravity, letting you drive on walls and ceilings in some of the most creative course designs ever. The anti-gravity mechanics make every race feel dynamic as you boost off walls and other racers for speed boosts. The item system is perfectly balanced. You'll get better items when you're behind, but skilled players can still maintain leads through smart driving. What makes it special is how accessible it is. Anyone can pick up and play, but mastering techniques like drift boosting and shortcut routes takes practice. Local multiplayer supports up to 4 players on one Switch, while online matches connect you with players worldwide. Sentinels weaves together the stories of 13 teenagers who pilot giant mechs to defend humanity against mysterious kaiju attacks, but the narrative jumps between different time periods and perspectives in ways that will completely mess with your head. The story is a mind-bending sci-fi mystery involving time travel, AI, and questions about reality that slowly comes together as you play through each character's tale. Gameplay is split between visual novel-style story segments where you make choices and solve puzzles, and and real-time strategy battles where you command your mechs against waves of enemies. The strategy battles are surprisingly deep with different mech types, terrain effects, and special abilities to master. What makes it incredible is how the seemingly disconnected stories eventually link together in ways you never expect, creating one of the most satisfying narrative puzzles in gaming.
How's that? I beat the kaiju!
Okay.
Persona 5 Royal is the definitive version of one of the greatest JRPGs ever made, following a high school student who gains the power to enter people's hearts and steal their distorted desires. You and your friends form the Phantom Thieves, targeting corrupt adults who abuse their power while dealing with typical teenage life like school, relationships, and part-time jobs. The story tackles serious themes like abuse, corruption, and social inequality while maintaining hope and friendship at its core. Combat is turn-based with a focus on exploiting enemy weaknesses to gain extra turns, while Demon Negotiation lets you recruit new personas, monsters, to use in battle. What makes it special is the life simulation aspect. You manage your time between dungeon crawling and daily activities like hanging out with friends, studying, or working jobs. Every choice matters as you build relationships that unlock new combat abilities and story content.
I'll break them. That should do.
Persona! Sondrion!
And there you have it, my top 30 Nintendo Switch games you absolutely must experience before Switch 2 arrives. These games showcase everything that made the Switch special, from innovative gameplay to unforgettable stories. Which of these games are you most excited to try? Have you played any of them already? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you build your gaming backlog, smash that like button and subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming!